Today, we're making a lamp, or something like that. Boom! I'm partnering with Inventables and a few other makers to bring the Easel Power Hour Challenge to life. Anyone in the world can participate, and the prizes are a neck scarf and a few coupons to spend on the Inventable store. All the rules are in the link in the description, but essentially all you have to do is to create a free account on the software called Easel and design an amazing piece that will carve in less than 1 hour. The best projects will be chosen by me and the other makers involved. So to give you some inspiration, I came up with this 2-material project that will incorporate lighting to give you a good idea of what you can accomplish in 1 hour carve. I took advantage of some tools and apps in the software to easily design what I was looking for. For example, the inlay generator allows me to create a perfect pocket to fill the keyhole piece in the back, so I can later hang it to the wall with a screw. I wanted to design something cool in the acrylic part, and after a few tests with different shapes, I decided to go with the small circle that I made white by setting up the depth of cut to 0. I selected both shapes and right-clicked on the mouse to hit combine, and what this will do is to merge them into a single shape. Then I utilized an app called Offsetter to generate a bunch of parallel shapes inside the outer lines, and repeated that because it can only go to 10 lines at a time. As you can see, it works a little bit like an optical illusion and has a 3-dimensional appearance. Alright, so now we can hit simulate to know how many minutes the actual carve will be. So 16 plus 13 plus 1 plus 16 plus 14 is actually bingo! Okay, let's make some dust. Here you can see how the keyhole will work with the screw on the wall. You can find all these materials in the description: the carving and engraving bits, the walnut plywood, birch plywood, the acrylic, and you can also open the project file on Easel if you're interested. The cuts were super clean even with the walnut veneer plywood. I carved all the wood pieces with this upcut spiral bit, which is one of my favorite, and now I'm changing to a 60-degree V bit to engrave the offset lines. Once this was finished, I kept the machine on and moved the Z-axis on Easel up so I can change the bit again and place this one that is really great to carve acrylics. But as it is so thin, I inserted a collet adapter first. Now I can lower the Z-axis and make sure I don't touch the other 2 axes and mess up the alignment. Here's a nice shot of a tab being created. It's amazing how walnut looks so much better with the finish on. I wanted to try heating the edges to make them crystal clear, but I guess I needed a different type of torch, so I gave up and sanded the edges with several grits up to 1500. When I was designing the project on easel, I didn't really think on how I was going to attach both halves of the circle, and it just seemed easy to drill some holes and screw them together. I got some super bright LED strip that also has a great amount of LEDs per meter and stick it to the edge of the backer piece. It's working and could be as it is, but I had in mind to have different lighting colors, and I remembered a set of color gels that I had forever and never really used. So I went ahead and cut some thin strips and experimented a little bit. I went for a deep yellow with 2 layers, but I can always swap the colors later if I decide to. I know I can get RGB LED strips, but they always have this color tint that I don't really like too much. For now, I'm leaving the color strips taped until I decide the final color to go with, and then I'll use some super glue. Okay, I hope this gets you inspired to enter the challenge. Good luck everyone, and I can't wait to see your projects. Also, throw me a like and subscribe if you want to see what's coming up next. I'll catch you later.